Hey, it's Randy here in the garage. What I got in the work stand today is this old cheap, I believe it was a Murray step-through frame originally, the top tube angled down. And a while back I chopped that out and raised it up and built a bike and rode it for a while, then got bored with it, tore it apart. It's been stashed away. At some point I stole the fork off of it. I had a fork to match, orange, but I don't recall what I did with it. Anyway, I just thought just for the rest of October, I'd throw this thing together just for something different to ride. So let's see what we come up with. These are the forks I have to choose from. Got this straight fork, and then these two with some curve. They're both straight leg though, it appears, no taper to them. This one's got a pretty tall steer tube, but I'm sure we can work with that and put some spacers in there if we go with this one. So I'm going to think this over and see which one I want to use. I'm kind of leaning towards this one just because it's different than the fork I had on there previously. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the straight fork. So I want to test fit it first though, so I'll need to get some bearing cups put in here. Yeah, it's quite a bit of extra steer tube, but I hate to cut it off. That way I still have options on using this on other frames. We just have to space that out. So I think I'll go ahead and give this a coat of primer and then some orange. Fork's painted. Now while I wait for that to dry, maybe we'll tackle the, I don't know, maybe the bottom bracket or seat post. Probably should think about wheels. These are the two seat posts I have that will fit. You know, got this old style and then the newer one with the integrated seat clamp. I really wanted to try and make as many of the components black as possible. This is kind of a green. I could paint this black. I really hate to paint this one though. But I think we may go ahead and use this one anyway and just leave it silver. I did clean that out. Now to clamp it. As for the saddle, I'm just going straight to this Selle Royale Lada, which is my favorite. So I've got a rear wheel here, and this is a 2, 3, 4, 6-speed free wheel. So like I said, my plan was to go orange and black, but I do like the yellow with the orange. But this is single speed. And don't want to go through that again. I want gears, so I'm going to get this tire taken off here and mounted on the rear, or on that wheel. And I just remembered, now I'm going to have to put a derailleur on here, and it's going to be an axle mount derailleur. So is that going to be a problem with the quick release? I don't think so, but I guess we'll find out. I wish I could find another indexed shifter for a 6-speed, but I don't think I'm going to be that lucky. For the derailleur, I think we'll just go with one of these that's black. I'll try this one, and just one of these shifters. I'm just going to stick with a one-piece crank, and since I'm running a 6-speed, we can get by with the old sprocket, chainring, whatever, single speed. I want to go with black. That one there is just too small a sprocket. That one might do. I think I like this one. There's a mag sprocket, which I like, but I think just be, that's too many teeth. That'd be too big. Now for pedals, you're tempted to go with that green, but I think we're just going to stick to black. Let's see, and they need to be, let's see, 1/2 inch. Got these that are plastic. Kind of like these. Now I've already measured the chain out to what I think should work. Get the fork mounted. For a spacer, I have this piece of pipe. I'm not so sure I like the looks of that though. I don't know, I'm going to paint this spacer black and then we'll see if it looks any better. I got the other tire mounted to this rim. It doesn't match, but well, I've narrowed it down to just 3 handlebars and stems, I believe. I'm just leery about this. This is this cheesy little stem adapter, aluminum. But it's the only one that I have that'll fit. This is a really small steer tube. Just don't know that I trust this. I'm just going to go ahead and go with this setup. For now, anyway. I'm just going to put on these cheap plastic levers. They'll work plenty good. Well, at least I know which color grips I'm going to use. I need to decide between these. Of course, these will end up looking like these in no time. I think we'll just go with the Oris. And it's the next day. I think the only thing left to do is put on some brakes and then cable them up and the shifter. Let's get to it. Guess we'll go with these. The brakes are mounted, so I'm going to get those cabled up and get the shifter cabled up, and I'll check in after that. This shows you how cheap and cheesy this frame is. It's like using wood screws for the bottle cage. Well, I believe that's everything. So stick around and I'll take it for a ride. Real quickly go over what it is we built here. So this bike was originally a Murray, cheap Murray step-through frame that I raised the top tube on. I'll leave a link to that video down in the description. Just a straight BMX fork that I painted to match the bike. The steer tube was too long, so I had to put in this pipe spacer, but that's working out okay. Mismatched aluminum wheel set. Just notice this front one has black spokes. The tires are these Maxxis Holy Rollers. They're 26 by 2.4. Just a kind of a block tread. Got a 6-speed freewheel, Shimano derailleur, one-piece crank. I'm not sure the teeth on that. Maybe 38 or 39. I don't know. Aluminum pedals, aluminum seat post, this Cell Royale Lada saddle, aluminum stem, quite a bit of rise, aluminum bars, some rise and sweep to those, Ori grips, friction shifter, and just some plastic brake levers that operate these caliper brakes. Well, for what it is, it rides great. I'm happy with it. I'll keep it together probably for the rest of October and ride it, and then tear it back down. Well, I think that's it. I'll just end this video here. So as always, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.